Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk Entertainment News. Now, here's a movie that I had no idea that I needed, but now that I'm thinking about it, I absolutely do need a social network too. And it looks like it is happening. It looks like Aaron Sorkin is behind it, and we got a little bit of information about that film coming up for you in just a moment. But before we get there, just a quick reminder, we have one rule around here. It's to be kind. You know, the world is a nasty place. A lot of places you go on the internet, you get mistreated. There's no reason why we need to do that here. Let's make this a place where everybody can share their opinions as long as they can do it without making it personal or mean. So here we go. Yes. The Social Network too. Apparently, there's been rumblings about it for years, but somehow I've missed that. Um, I don't know how. But yeah, I'm surprised, and now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty intrigued. Not necessarily what I hear in this story, but how it's gotten the gears in my mind moving around. But yes, The Social Network 2 gets title and promising update. After tons of rumors and reports, The Social Network 2 is officially in the works, with Deadline reporting the film has a new name and a promising update. According to Deadline's report, the film is titled The Social Network Part 2, and I think that could be changed, most likely. And we'll see Aaron Sorkin return to the project. Sorkin will write and direct the film, according to Deadline, and that although the film is called Part 2, the movie won't be a true sequel. Instead, the report says the movie will be its own follow-up to the original movie. Last year, Sorkin said that he had written a quasi-sequel to the movie that also touched on the January 6th insurrection in 2020. If I can get this to scroll down here a little bit more. Things a little laggy this morning. During an appearance on the Town podcast with Matthew Baloney, the Social Network screenwriter said he had placed a large portion of the blame for the insurrection on Facebook itself, but wouldn't exactly explain why at the moment. I think Facebook is certainly part of it, but I would say all social media has a hand in the madness that has happened to our world. But it's sort of understandable because this was new technology, and I think people are still coming to grips with how to use it. And also how to regulate it. I blame Facebook for January 6th. Sorkin said before, joking that you're going to need to buy a movie ticket to find out why. Facebook has been, among other things, turning its algorithm to promote the most divisive material possible. And isn't that true, again, of pretty much everything? That's why all of these titles or images are clickbait. Because that is what will increase engagement, and because that is what will get you to what the call inside the hallways of Facebook, the infinite scroll. What they call inside the halls of Facebook, the infinite scroll. So I left Facebook well before 2020. I flirted with leaving a couple of times. I sort of canned my account a number of times. Went away for a little while, came back, and then finally I broke the addiction. And I wouldn't say that it's made my life wonderful, but it certainly hasn't hurt. And I don't really engage in any sort of social media at all, unless you count YouTube as being social media. That's the closest to social media that I get. But I like about YouTube is that it is creator-based. You sort of expose yourself by having to take the time to create a video, whereas when it's just text-based, it sort of lowers the bar for entry quite a bit. And when that happens, people say anything. They say it instantly without any sort of repercussion, no effort level. But when you put together a video that sometimes takes hours to render, you choose your words a little bit more wisely, and you sort of have to elevate the bar a little bit. Not that it isn't trash on YouTube, but you get the point. But yeah, I didn't know that I needed this movie, but I think this is a really good idea. I'm hoping that the January 6th part sort of isn't all pervasive throughout the film, but it may act sort of as a linchpin. Perhaps you begin with an opening clip, perhaps, with what's going on there on January 6th, and then maybe you intercut with, let's say, hearings on Capitol Hill, that sort of thing. But also, I would say that he needs to backtrack quite a bit. The first movie, 2010, I believe, this sort of thing is still just emerging. It's gotten big at that point, but it's the point at which the film ends. But it's based on sort of the legal troubles. But I think that a lot of growth and a lot of change in social media happened afterwards. So I think you sort of need to go back to that and see sort of the way things developed, the way it affected the world, and sort of it grew bigger than anyone could possibly believe. And then it became sort of politically important, became a home for politicians and quasi-politicians and other people to sort of spread their nonsense or their truths. And I think you need to see all of that. I think it could become sort of like a a bit of like a Godfather 2 slash Godfather 3 type thing. And various films have used sort of the testimony on Capitol Hill thing. The Aviator comes to mind. I rewatched that recently with Howard Hughes sort of mopping the floor with Alan Alda. So I think there's a ton of possibility. I think with the track record of this director here, Aaron Sorkin, especially as a writer, to sort of push off that snappy, engaging dialogue, and then, of course, Jesse Eisenberg, his way to deliver that. He's a sort of a fast talker. I think there's a lot of possibility here, and this could be a very good film. No doubt it's going to piss off half the country, but I think that's okay. I think films aren't necessarily doing their best unless they do piss some people off. I think the worst thing for a piece of art to be is mundane, to be harmless. That's sort of my motto with music. It's like if your parents start to like the same music as you, it's like you're not living up to your mandate as a young person. So there is that. But yeah, I'm really excited about this now. I had no idea that I needed it, but I definitely need it now, and I'm looking forward to seeing when this develops. And I think it's interesting because the world is still, these issues are still being hammered out in the world. So this is a script that could be mutating even as it's being written and even as the film is taking place. So yeah, there you have it. The Social Network 2. Are you as excited as I am? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you again soon.